Welcome back to the channel. And Anthony's wearing a blazer and a button-down shirt. You know what that means. Well, maybe you don't. Well, my friends, when I give you a market update and I'm talking about numbers, I'm going to be a little more serious. I'm not wearing a t-shirt or even just a collared casual shirt. We're talking about numbers and we're talking about real estate. That is my profession, so I want to be professionally presenting that to you. Now, before we get into the details, I want to let you know of our market updates. What I typically do is help you understand price per square foot, which is my favorite metric to hate, what the actual homes are going for, new homes versus existing homes. Because there is such a large amount of new construction in our marketplace, it is important that I break that down. New construction versus existing homes to you. And depending on who you ask in Northwest Arkansas, it is made up into 3 different counties, primarily 2, Benton County, Washington County, and Madison County to the east. But just know this, Madison County does not have the same type of housing market as Benton and Washington counties. And in regards to Washington County versus Benton County, Benton typically has higher price per square foot, higher amount of sales price, less days on market, more competitive market. Your dollar is going to stretch farther in Washington County, but it's very close to one another. We're not talking drastically different. If you've seen any of my market updates before, you know I like to dig down into the details. This is where I like to get a bit nerdy for you, because if you're watching this, you're probably making the decision. We're looking to move to Northwest Arkansas. What does the market look like there, and what's a smart purchase? Or maybe you're looking to sell your home, and where is the market in regards to sale prices? As you probably guessed, there are certain numbers that you can dig into and really drill down on that number. But my goal is to help the numbers come alive for you, my friend, to help you understand the reason why that number is the way it is because of this number over here. The old saying goes, the numbers don't lie unless you lie about the numbers. So I'm giving you specifically numbers from our MLS, and that's the best way that I can report it to you, is be consistent with that. Now, one last little disclaimer, and let's keep going, is I don't always provide price per square foot. I don't always provide months of supply or inventory or all these types of things. I try to focus on the numbers that make sense based on maybe where you're coming from, and to give you perspective on what it is here locally. It's Q2. That means we're getting ready to go into the second half of the year. Now, I pulled this data and I'm looking at year over year for the last 5 years to see if there's any trend lines, to see what happened in our marketplace. And we're specifically looking at Q2, April, May, June, for the previous 5 years. Let's just look at the percentage of new construction over the last 5 years. In 2020, the new construction for Benton County was 22%. In 2021, it was 26.5%. 2022, it keeps on growing to 28.5%. And then we reached our peak last year between 2023. 41% of the homes that sold in Q3 of 2023 were new construction. Now, we brought back a little bit, but still even higher than 2021, 22. 2024, our most recent quarter, 33.4% of the homes that sold last quarter were new construction. Now, if you are a person that likes to look at numbers and you want to know percentages, it's also helpful to know, well, that's the percent, Anthony, but what are the actual numbers? How many actually homes sold? What does that number look like? Are we talking about 33% of 1,000 or 33% of 10,000? Let's look at that. Back to our chart here. In 2020, there were 1,938 homes that sold. 441 of those were new construction. In 22, 1,044 homes sold in Benton County, and 157 were new construction. 2022, 1,867 homes sold, and 533 were new construction. 1,792 homes sold in Q2 of 2023, and 41% ended up being 734 homes in Benton County were sold as new construction. Now, the most recent quarter, 1,775 homes sold in Benton County in Q2. 594 of those were new construction. So we came back down a little bit in regards to last year this time compared to this year this time. Let's keep looking. One of your favorite, my friends, one of your favorite metrics to look at is price per square foot. Let's go ahead and bring those numbers up. Now, my friend, these numbers include both new and existing homes, and that's what I looked at consistently for the last 5 years. I didn't break that number out for you, but I will break those numbers out at the end of this video so you can understand what is existing on our market today. Okay, price per square foot. Again, my favorite metric to hate. In 2020, the average price per square foot was $127. bumped up in 2021 to 151. Keep on rising. In 2022, the average price per square foot was $193 a square. In 2023, still kept below $200 a square foot at $199. And here we are at the end of Q2 in 2024. Between new and existing homes combined together, we saw sales prices increase even from 23 to 24 at $207 per square foot. Okay, Anthony, well, what does that mean? Interest rates are going down. Where we're coming from in our market, we're seeing longer days on market. We're seeing prices come down. My friend, you're talking about comparing your market to Northwest Arkansas. Northwest Arkansas, if you look online as you are now, it's one of the fastest growing markets in the entire United States. In fact, something you may be interested to know is that Walmart, the world's largest retailer, has called many people to come work at the new home office that they're building, which will open in the fall of 2025. It's going to be a beautiful campus. If you are here local or if you're coming to visit, you should really drive by and see from afar what they are building over there. It's going to be beautiful. So building that new home office, they're calling people to come move from wherever they are in the United States or wherever they are in the world and come live here. I'm telling you, my friend, that's going to draw thousands and thousands of people to come move to Northwest Arkansas, not just for Walmart, but also some of the ancillary businesses, some entrepreneurs that say, hey, I could probably capitalize on the amount of people that are moving to the area. Maybe they're in the construction trades. But just know, if fall comes, I can't predict the future. Again, that is a baseball, not a crystal ball. But if I was a bet man and I had to guess, I would say our fall months, which are typically slower, between September and maybe February, are actually going to be pretty hot with the amount of people that are needing to move here for their job. So let's look at list to sale price. If I was shooting this video in 2021 and 2022, you would all be nodding along with me saying, oh my goodness, the market is extremely fast paced right now, very competitive. Homes are going well over list price. My friend, that is still happening here in Northwest Arkansas, but not as much as it was in 2021 and 2022, and maybe even still a little bit more than where you might be seeing in Denver or LA. In fact, I had a couple of my friends give me some of their statistics, Melissa Menard out in the Santa Monica area, Santa Monica, Brentwood, and my buddy Jason Soroy in the greater Denver market, both two great realtors. If you're in those markets, I can get you connected with them. But either way, Melissa Menard wanted to let me know that the average list to sale price in her hyper-local market, Melissa's in Brentwood, Venice, Mar Vista, Santa Monica, and Pacific Palisades. So she's in a very hyper-local market, but she's saying, Anthony, what we're seeing is about 98% to list price. So it's listed at $3 million and they're getting 98%. Now, my friends, if you're watching this and you're looking at price per square foot, go look out there in that area. That's like $1,400, $1,600 a square foot for like a 2,000 square foot property. Whereas here we are in Northwest Arkansas, and we talked a little bit about price per square foot, but it's nowhere near what they're seeing out there. Now, my buddy Jason out in Denver, again, for Q2 of 2024, just reported numbers to me and said, Anthony, for our market in the Denver metro area, we're seeing about 99.5 to 100% list to sell ratio. So they list an $800,000 house, they're getting $800,000 for it. They're listing a $1 million house and they're getting $998,000 for it. My friends, in the Denver metro, got to understand market per market, where Melissa is coming from in the Santa Monica area and where Jason's coming from in the Denver metro area. There's a lot of people, a lot of population in those areas, and not a lot of variance from one end of the spectrum to the other in regards to price of the home. Whereas here in Northwest Arkansas, you can go buy a $200,000 house 15 minutes that way, then you can buy a $10 million house 5 minutes that way. So quite a bit of difference in our markets. Typically what we see in our market is the higher the price, the less list to sale ratio. Now, my friends, I would not say just because you're buying a $9 million house, are you going to be able to get it for 90% to list price? These are averages, my friends, so I want to make sure that if you're looking at a specific market, please reach out to me. Anthony, we're looking between $700,000 and $800,000, and we're looking in this school district on this side of town. What is the price per square foot? Or what is the list to sale ratio of those types of? We can be very specific about that hyper-local property in our hyper-local market here in Northwest Arkansas. Our list to sale ratio here in Northwest Arkansas as of Q2 2024 is 99%, which is exactly where it was in 2023. That said, I wouldn't say that we're getting more competitive, but I would say our prices are continuing to rise. So here we are in one of our last charts that I'm going to show with you is what does that mean for the actual home price? My friend, you're going to be shocked when you see these numbers maybe you already knew this, maybe you didn't, but it's confirming to you from a local real estate agent to actually pull the data off the MLS to tell you here's what the average home sold for in the last respective 5 years. 2020, the average home in Benton County sold for $248,231. In 21, it jumped up to $323,480. In 2022, it skyrocketed $100,000 and went up to $424,558. From 22 to 23, we jumped up just a little bit to $439,820. And most recently, from Q2-23 to Q2-24, we increased just slightly up to $447,521. You may be sitting right there and saying, Anthony, thank you so much for those analytical numbers. I really appreciate getting me perspective. But tell me a story. What does that mean? I'm an active buyer looking to move here because my employer's moving me here. Or maybe you're retiring and you're looking to move here. What do all those numbers mean for me? Well, my friend, here's what I would say to you. I would say your market is probably going to be a little bit different than our market because we are one of the most attractive areas to live in the country because of the cost of living being low, Northwest Arkansas being more expensive than the rest of the state of Arkansas if you're doing state-to-state analytics. But I would tell you that if you're moving from a larger metropolitan area, maybe you're moving from Florida where homes are staying on the market significantly longer and insurance prices are raising beyond belief, I would say understand that just because your market might be going down, ours is going up and to the right, my friend. Interest rates are going to do what interest rates are going to do. If you look historically, interest rates, they've gone up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down throughout the course of history. Whereas real estate, my friend, has continued to rise. Here in Northwest Arkansas, that's no different. The Northwest Arkansas Council is a conglomerate of professionals in our marketplace and say that we're going to double in size in the next 25 years. By 2050, we're going to be closer to 1 million residents, whereas we're a little over 500,000 right now. But in that time, our real estate prices are not going to go down. Now, mark my words again, I don't have a crystal ball, but unless something dramatic significantly happens and there is a major reset of real estate prices, then I wouldn't be banking on waiting for interest rates to go down. My friend, I'm not a lender. I can't speak to interest rates. I just know that over time, they've gone up and down. They've gone up into the teens when I was a little guy, and they've been down as low as 2%, 2.25% in the 2020 era. Home prices are continuing to rise. So when you come from a different market and maybe people came in and offered 30 grand less on your house or 100 grand less on your house, does not mean that you're going to get an offer accepted like that here in our market. Let me tell you a quick story. Many of my clients right now, maybe even you that are watching this, you're like, yes, Anthony, we're going through this right now together, and I'm an advocate for you in this. You're trying to sell your home in a little bit more of a depressed market than what we are seeing here in Northwest Arkansas. You're seeing the homes flying off the shelf in Northwest Arkansas, whereas in your market, they're not moving as fast. You're trying not to miss out on the Northwest Arkansas house, so you're having to drop prices or get really aggressive on your home wherever you're moving from in order not to miss out on another home in Bentonville, Bella Vista, Springdale, Rogers, Fayetteville, where have you. Now, if this was 2021, everybody's like, okay, we gotta go 50 grand over list price, offer to pay for their kids' college and let them live in the house for a year in order to get the property. That's not the case across our country anymore. There are specific pockets here in Northwest Arkansas that are going in multiple offers. And there are some pockets, my friends, that homes are sitting on the market unknowns to what's going on. There's a lot of uncertainty. As we mentioned in our Q1 market update, it's an election year. What's going to happen with that? What's going to happen with interest rates? No one can predict the future to know. What I do know is at the end of the day, you have to live somewhere. Does it make sense for you to rent and pay somebody else's mortgage? Does it make sense for you to rent for a small amount of time, then buy a house? Your specific situation is going to be different than your neighbor's, my friend. And that would be my pleasure to help you figure those things out when you're looking to move here. Maybe you're looking to sell here. How can Anthony best advocate for you? Let's have a conversation. Currently, at the shooting of this video, there are 1,006 homes for sale in Benton County. Now, my friend, that's a little low in regards to inventory. In fact, looking at Q3 numbers, we saw 1,775 homes sell in Benton County. If you divide that out by 3 and do the math, that means we have about 1.7 months of supply in Benton County. We have a little bit more of supply of new construction homes, maybe because some builders have caught up to the increase in demand. New construction homes of supply, there's about 2.15 months of supply. And that again, months of supply means if they were to stop putting them on the market today, in about a month and a half to 2.5 months, there would be no inventory left, respectively speaking. The current home that's available on the market in Benton County is a 3-bed, 3-bath, 2,400 square foot home at $269 per square foot, and that equivalates out to a $662,792 home, my friend. Of course, when we're talking new construction versus existing, not a lot of builders are building $8 million houses. They're building where the market is moving. They're building in those $400,000 to $650,000, maybe even $800,000 houses. They're not building $4 or $5 million houses. So when we look at price per square foot of $269 a square foot, you may be going, holy cow, that's a lot higher. Well, my friend, again, like we said at the beginning, let's talk specifically about what we mean about that $269 a square foot number. That includes those $8 million houses that might be on the lake or might have multiple acres. Let's just look at new construction. New construction on the market right now is a 3-bed, 3-bath, 2,096 square foot home at $214. Yes, we brought it back down to earth, didn't we? $214 per square foot. And that home is right around $470,000. Now, granted, there's some less and there's some more. These are averages, my friend. And if you're looking to go buy a new construction home and the builder's like, hey, we're building at $220 a square, don't come shoot the messenger. These are averages. We're looking at the entire market of Benton County, Arkansas. It's always a pleasure to put this information together for you, my friend. If you're looking to move to Northwest Arkansas, feel free to give me a call. I'd love to chat with you to see if I might be able to help serve you in your real estate needs. And now you know a little bit more about what life is like in and around Bentonville. Thanks for watching.